Hi, sweetheart. Grandpa Birch here. Hey, I've got another story time for you. This one is The Berenstain Bears. Patience, please, by Mike Berenstain. Patience, please. Brother, sister, and Hunny Bear enjoyed helping Mama and Papa in the garden. There was a fine vegetable garden in the backyard, as well as beautiful flower beds all around the Bear family treehouse. Oh, look at all the vegetables and flowers. They're planting vegetables over here. They got pumpkins. Look at all that. And the treehouse. The cubs enjoyed to plant seeds, water, and weed. They also helped pick the vegetables when they got ripe. See, they're pulling their weeds. Oh, get out of there, weed! One spring morning, as the family worked in the garden, Papa posed a question. Cubs, he said, would you like to have gardens of your own? You mean we can have our own plots of land, brother and sister? That's right, said Papa. And we can grow whatever we want, added Sister. Of course, said Papa. You'll have to do all the work yourselves, and it'll teach you self-reliance. Yay, said Honey. Honey, the baby over here. Yay! That's a good idea, Papa, said Mama. It'll help teach the cubs patience, too. You have to be very patient when helping things grow. Papa and Mama guided the cubs to selecting plots of ground for their own gardens. The cubs laid them out with stakes and string. Then the whole family went down to Roofy Grizzly's hardware store to buy seeds. Oh, I like this one. I like this one. I like this seed. It was hard to select which vegetables to grow. There were so many different kinds. Brother chose cucumbers, tomatoes, celery, lettuce, and parsley. Sister picked carrots, squash, radishes, and potatoes, and peas. See, they picked their own veggies to grow. Honey loved flowers. She stood gazing at the pretty pictures on the seed packages for a long time. Finally, she grabbed a handful. The next day, the cubs set to work. It was hot, hard labor. Brother and sister were very organized. First, they turned up the soil with shovels and worked in the fertilizer. Then they made signs from seed packages to mark the end of each row. Finally, they got out of the hose and gave the gardens a good soaking. It did require a lot of patience. Patience to turn the page. Honey went about things a bit differently. She tore the tops off her flower seeds packages and stood in the middle of her plot. She closed her eyes, held out her arms, and spun around. The flower seeds flew everywhere. Oh my, she just flew them everywhere. Brother and sister were a little startled. Honey, said sister, I don't think that's going to work. You need to till the ground before you plant the seeds. Pretty flowers, said Honey. pointing at the picture on one of the empty packages. Yes, but, began Brother. Hunny ran off chasing butterflies. Brother and sister just shrugged. Oh, what's going on? The next day, brother and sister checked their gardens to see if something was sprouting, but it was still too soon. They went out to the next morning, too. There was still nothing. Every day they checked their plots, but nothing seemed to be happening. The cubs grew impatient. When is our garden going to sprout? They asked Mama and Papa. You have to be patient, said Mama. Have faith that what you have planted will grow in God's good time. Seems to me I remember lines in the Bible about that, says Papa. See how the farmer waits for the precious fruit of the earth, being patient about it until it receives the early and the late rains. You also be patient. That's from the book of James, said Mama. The cubs sighed, wishing things didn't have to take so long. The next day, brother and sister warily trudged out to check on their garden. One more time. Along each row, little green shoots were pushing up. Mama, Papa, they called. Come look, our garden is growing. Then they noticed Hunny's little plot. Their mouths dropped open. Remember, Hunny just threw her seeds and sowed them everywhere. She didn't till or anything for the seeds. Hunny's garden was filled with beautiful flowers, big ones, little ones, and red ones, pink ones, yellow ones, and blue ones. They were gorgeous. Well, Hunny, said Papa with a chuckle, God certainly made your garden grow. You've shown us the power of faith and trust with patience. Pretty flowers, said Hunny happily. A dove cooed in the nearby tree. Flowers appeared on the earth, and the season of singing has come. To the cooing of the doves is heard in our land. Mama quoted from the Song of Songs in the Bible. I hear the dove and I see the flowers, said Papa. Now how about a little singing? He got down on one knee and sang to Mama. My wild bearish rose, the fairest flower that grows. Really, Papa, said Mama, blushing. What will the cubs think? But the cubs giggled in delight. That's just silly, isn't it? And that is the end of the story. What did you think of the Berenstain Bears? Patience, please. All right, bye for now. And remember, Grandpa thinks you're special.